I think the close process, while we were doing it in 4 days, it was tough for one person, and that's the one person who had the job of taking the Excel spreadsheet where all the journal entries are listed, and she would take those stacks and go through the Excel spreadsheet and check off, right? So that one person was really holding all of that workload on top of the entries that she needed to do. And the other piece of it was we just didn't have the discipline that I think we needed to have to make sure we were getting the reconciliations done after the close. So in talking about that with my husband, who is also a controller, he said, you should look at FloQast. And so we did. And I think for me, the two biggest things that came out of that implementation for us was everybody having their own accountability to go in and sign off on their entries. And secondly, it solidified that process of reconciling all of the balance sheet accounts, and in a timely manner, so that we can be by the 12th or 13th of the month, we're done, we're buttoned up, and it leaves us that chunk of time at the end of the month to work on those projects that we want to get done in terms of automation. We did. They were not as intuitive. Some you weren't able to use Excel, which is just not on the table for us. The majority of our reconciliations were already set up in Excel. And you got the benefit of the close and the reconciliations, which was really key. Before we even looked at the product, we are largely an Excel-driven environment in accounting. So we really needed something that we weren't going to have to give that up, because that would have, I'm not even sure I can fathom how we would have addressed that. Fantastic. Really good. I think we had a little bit of added complexity with having multiple companies. Staging for us, there are certain entries that have to go first before other ones can occur. So we definitely have an order that things need to happen, so we had to make sure we had that staged correctly. Well, I definitely think we have one employee that's not as stressed out of being the person that had to do all that check off and be kind of the bad guy to go, your entry was due on day 2 and we're now day 3 and it's not there. What's the status? That's all done in FloQast now. There is no more bad guy. It's all there for us to see, for me to see. And it's not necessarily that it's a bad thing. There may be a legitimate reason why the entry is held up, and we need to understand that and know that. The reconciliation part, for me, being able to go in and see where we're at on all of those and be able to understand if there is something that's lagging behind, why is that happening? For all of the employees in the accounting department to see that view of what everybody's doing. And then the analytic part is fantastic. It allows you to see where there might be pain points in the close, and an opportunity to have that discussion within the group if we need to move things around to help smooth out that lag. I definitely would. That there's a tool that allows you to monitor that close, where everybody stands in the process, along with dovetailing very quickly into, if not at the same time, doing the reconciliation. That just makes your close and the accuracy of your financial statements even stronger.